Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. So I was browsing some web pages and I saw an advert for this that came up. It's the RealFlight flight simulator, but the mobile version. And as I really like the RealFlight computer version, you can see my review of it further down on my channel. I thought I'll see how it is. Now the only other RC flight simulator that I think is any good is the Absolute RC Flight Simulator, which I reviewed in my simulator series. But this one's come up, so I thought I would have a go of it. So when it loads up, actually I have bought some of the premium options. You only get the Stearman biplane and the Nexstar trainer, but for £8 you can buy everything in the app, which I wouldn't recommend doing, really. The reason for that is the flight characteristics of the Stearman and the Nexstar pretty much all that you get compared with all the other aircraft. I'll show you that in a bit. You also get the Quadcopter X here, which you get in the RealFlight as well, but the Stearman is actually my favorite flying aeroplane out of all these, and you get that for free, so make of that what you will. Now, there is a lot of bugs in this software. I was quite surprised. I think it must be quite a new app. So I'm going to press cancel there because there's a ton of bugs. Also, you can pick your airport and you get this Green Hills RC fields. You get these other ones as well. They are 3D fields, but for some reason you can only fly in them from, say, a perspective as a line of sight. You can't do any FPVing on it as of yet. I really hope they bring that in. And because the flying characteristics are pretty good, actually, they are better than Absolute Flight Simulator. So I would go and grab a copy of this because it's free. It does have some bugs though, and some annoying things, and I'll show you that in a bit. Just gonna cancel out of there. Now on this main screen here, you can press the settings button and you can change the audio volume. Now you've got two view modes. You've got keep the ground in view, which I quite like from the simulator series for the PC. Auto zoom kind of zooms out when the aircraft is close and zooms in when it's far away. I don't like that option. Controller sensitivity, you can change that. Let's turn that up a bit. Controller mode, I have it set to mode 1. Controller type, gamepad, and interlink. I think that might work with the interlink system that you get for the PC, but I'm not too sure. I haven't tested that. Difficulty level you can change. Autopilot assist, that just sort of, I think you get sort of like auto leveling and makes it generally easier to fly. I'm not going to turn that on. Let's go back. I'm going to choose this aircraft and fly it. Now, can you see a problem right away? I'm using my Nexus 5 here to fly this, and look how big these sticks are. I can see why they've done that, because on a phone with, like, say, a 5-inch screen, it's quite difficult to find the sticks, but that is too big, I think. And then when you touch the sticks, they sort of go transparent, like so, which is okay, but I'm not a big fan of that. I would have liked it to have been smaller, like Absolute RC Flight Sim, but the flight characteristics are really nice, actually, and because the sticks are a bit bigger, it's a little bit more realistic to fly, like more like you're holding a transmitter rather than a phone. Some fantastic crash modeling on this as well, which I quite like. Not that I was hoping to demonstrate that, but what I was hoping to demonstrate with this is that it looks more like a simulator. You can see you can fly things with much more accuracy than you can with the Absolute Flight Simulator. Now, Absolute Flight Simulator did used to be like that, and then they changed the physics or the flight characteristics, should I say, and it's no good now. So for my RC Flight Simulator, this is going to replace it. despite the fact that these sticks are huge on the screen, you kind of get used to it. They're not too distracting. They're a little bit distracting, but gonna get used to it. So now, the first problem that I found, right, is there doesn't appear to be a way to go back. And the first couple of times I was using this application, I ended up exiting out of the program. But there's a little pause button up the top there, and if you press the pause, that gets you back to the menu. You can change the settings from there, or exit to menu from there, or whatever like that. So that was just a little bit of a bug that I found with it. Let's change up the aircraft a bit. Let's, what shall we go to? Let's go to the jet here. Let's select the jet. You have to press select. Let's change the RC fields to one I haven't been to. Desert Air Race. Yeah, I think this is one of the scenarios that you can choose in the actual RealFlight. Like I say though, as far as I can see, there is no settings for you to be able to go in and fly this. But yeah, you see now on this aircraft you've got a gear option at the top. Bit of a weird jet sound. Put the gear up. It runs really smooth though, like the PC version. I really like that they've incorporated that into this, sort of the nice smoothness and how the view works. That might not come across on the recording. I'm using an Android recorder here. Wouldn't it be nice if I think they need to spend more time on this, because I think it could be really great. And the reviews of this aren't great at all. You know, on Google Play, where it shows like what people have thought of it. People said, "Oh, RC planes don't fly like this." Well, actually, they do. That's the one thing that I'm impressed with it. Is the flight characteristics. I think are very good. I think they need to get rid of the in-app purchases. Because I don't like that. No one likes getting a free app and then having to pay for stuff once you're there, because you can't get a refund of that. And one thing that I noticed as well... Oh, I didn't do a very good landing. One thing that I noticed is that if I don't have any signal, all of the aircraft that I have bought disappear, and it shows that I don't have them anymore. Which was quite alarming, because you can't do a refund on in-app purchases, where you can get a refund on a fully paid app, which I quite like. So I started to panic and thinking I've spent £8, because that's how much it costs to buy all of the add-in extras on this. And then I found myself somewhere where there wasn't any phone signal or Wi-Fi or whatever, and all the aircraft disappeared. And then I couldn't fly them, so that was good. I'm hoping that was just a glitch. But yeah, I wasn't too fond of that. No idea where I am now. That's going to be a very fast landing. I love the crash sounds. Anyways, let's get out of there. Let's just go into the settings, because these settings scroll down. There's definitely no option here to change the view. Yeah. So let's try a different aircraft. Let's exit to menu. Let's select that one. What shall we have a go at? Do you know, I'm not going to have a go at the quadcopter. Let's have a go at the Stearman. You can go and check this one out yourself, but I really like how this one flies. So let's go for a takeoff. I used to like seeing these at air shows. I think this flies the best, you know, out of all of them, and this is the free one, so you don't want to go ahead and spend the £8. And I must say, I did regret it a bit. What I actually hoped was that the Sukhoi was going to be an Arab. Oh, that was amazing. No, what I was hoping was that the Sukhoi aircraft was going to be a 3D aircraft. There's no 3D aircraft in this at all. Probably the Stearman is the closest to a 3D aircraft. Yeah, the Sukhoi is just like an aerobatic thing. Doesn't do any hovering, doesn't do any high alpha. I think because this is like on a phone, and it's difficult to sort of see how close to things you are, and I end up crashing into objects quite a lot. But that's kind of proof that it is a 3D sort of scenario, and it's not like a. Oh, I got through that one without crashing. It's not like a photosphere, I think they call them. This thing's really annoying. Listen to that sound, and it's all the way through. It's going to be all the way through this video. It's the sound of the springs on the controller. But the thing is about on Android, like, you don't get the sound of the springs if you just hold them in place, but you can't really do that on Android. Well, I don't anyway. You hear that annoying sound. Get rid of it. Yeah, so there you go. I reckon it's free on the Play Store, so just go and get it. Have some fun with it. I'm gonna find lots of ways to crash. There we go. Brilliant. Thanks a lot for watching, and please subscribe. Cheers.